Hi, Faisal.
Hi, Shelley.
I'm so happy about these recordings. And one of the things that I personally have noticed is that you're almost a completely different teacher on these videos than you are in retreats. Retreats are 5, 10 days, lots of silence, lots of seriousness, lots of deep teachings, lots of depth sharing. And I don't know, I experience this as kind of fun.
It's more fun this way, at least for me too.
I mean, it's, so I just wonder if you have anything to share about, the difference between what you do in a retreat setting and what you've done most of your life, really,
Yeah,
all over the world, and what you're doing here.
yeah, really. Thanks for bringing this point. And it's very serious and important point for me and for also those who are listening to this teaching and all of that. Um, Now I am like more like a grandfather telling his children stories of sweetnesses and
Hmm.
cookies and all of that, doing a lot of seduction, you know. Come, it's really nice, it's really beautiful. It's your being, it's your essence, which is all true. It's sweet, it's wonderful. I also want to emphasize that in my sweetness, in my playfulness with it and lightness, this is very, very serious passage. To go through the passage of personal unfoldment, reaching one's own essences and being the great being, there are so many traps, there are so many issues get activated. It's not like going and sampling, it's not like you go and you taste something. It's serious. Once you get into it, it's going to activate your issues. And there are many going in the spiritual world, spiritual window shopping, going this, trying that. Essence is dangerous, absolutely dangerous. Once it awakens, once you activate it, you go deeper than dealing with mental processes and emotional release and some energetic. You go to activating a substance in the body, in the deeper realms that begin to circulate within the system. And when this substance begin to circulate, they used to call it elixir. Once this substance begin to circulate, it begin to, as it move from one area to another and opens those areas, it also releases the content of those blockages or armoring that been holding tensions and defenses and all of that. As the substance pervade those different parts of our body, mind, psyche, it releases all the memories and the traumas and the issues that block this quality in the first place.
Ah,
Okay? So if like some people feel, for example, weak and afraid of life and withdrawing or encounter it by being counterphobic and fake courage, but their system usually is wired and, like defensive. And once a quality of the essence that relates to courage opens up, which we call red essence, whether it comes as red light or as red wine or as red oil or as red diamond or as red, many gradation to this quality. Once it gets initiated in the system, it has like a domino effect. It opens one place after another. And as it does, it releases all the memories that blocked it in the first place. Who installed the fear in this person? The fear of life, the fear of being hurt. Was it like overprotective mother or overprotective father? They made them scared of life, or were they beaten? Were they traumatized? Were they damaged, broken? That when this quality opens up, especially when it descends in the guts and in the perineum and in the lower centers, it releases terror. It releases trauma, immense pain, immense loneliness, immense So the quality is wonderful. The person feels for the first time they're really coming to life. They feel strong, they feel courageous, they're not afraid to come out, and whether it's meeting people or going to the store or going in nature. But it is not just that beneficial, it's also going to release all the trauma that happened, whether the parents capitalize, as I said, on the child, so that especially mother doesn't want the child to separate, and she was feeding on the child to get her own gratification or whatever, and or just scared of letting the child go in the world because she was so afraid, or parents. But also some children were beaten, were attacked, where they made them feel that the outside world is this cruel father waiting, or neighborhood kids beating them. So this quality is the quality of courage, and it's the courage to come out and love life and be in life. And when the person feels the transmission of it, even now when I talk about warmth and heat and aliveness and excitation and shakti, and you really feel you really want to jump and dance, the zorba in you, it's so intoxicating, and many people get so excited about it, but nobody warns them that hell gonna break loose soon. The day they perceive a quality of essence, the issues gonna arise about it. And some people have minor issues about one quality and major issues about another. And some people have no major issue about almost all of essence. So please, to every listener, even though I'm really presenting it in a joyous way, in a playful way. When I teach it, I usually teach it like very serious. I don't want to miss a chance for whatever need to emerge, the rebound to come, the processes to be, dealt with in exercises, and you have a partner and you inquire and you receive the transmission and processes. There I have to assume the mastery role. I have to be. Now, as I said, I'm just like sweet grandfather saying, there is so much, but don't eat so much. Don't eat so much halva. Too much halva is too much, But know what is there and address it with courage of the heart, courage of the spirit, but also with the wisdom that it is really, it can be costly. Really, I've seen many in my life who received empowerments from gurus and teachers, or went to workshops and got so many things, and then they went into one psychotic core after another. Some of them even in mental hospitals and had to be put on medications. Even in our old school, people, some people even committed suicide.
Wow.
Because of misunderstanding. So many things might come up. So every listener, please listen to me, that yes, even though I'm presenting those riches, but they are guarded by demons, by our issues, by our fears, by what happened in our childhood. So you need a teacher, you need a healthy setting, a good holding environment in which you can release those fears, those anguishes, those pains. So I'm doing it from this perspective. Why am I doing it this way? Why am I flooding, with our videos with essential domains and essential qualities that are rarely talked about? Nobody talks about them. When this unfoldment happened, and Almas and me were in it, and Karen was in it, and I remember with Almas, we took on the commitment not to reveal it unless the person reaches it. I will not talk about gold and the wanting of mother and the hurt about it and the negative merging and the agitation, unless the person is passing through this passage. I won't mention about gold. I won't mention about that stage. I wait. It's like I'm a jewelry shop. I make every diamond by itself, every piece by itself, And then later on, when I separated and started, doing, my own diamond logos work and unfoldment, partly that Almas wrote many books about it. And those books, I mean, really they are treasures. I honor them. They are rich of knowledges and insight, and I'm grateful. I can't read them, but I'm grateful because I was in the background of the making of it.
Yeah, for sure. It brought me to the work.
Yes, really, it's really magnificent. But how many can read those books in the first place? You know, many people complain about the complexity of it, the sophistication of it. Now that is bad. It's just you need a PhD to understand some of those books. And so much is mentioned about the background of this, the psychological, the issues, the passages, but very little is transmitted, is revealed about what are those qualities that we're talking about. Little mentioned here, the pearl beyond the price, this, little mentioned, and you have to dig in that book to find the meat of it, you know, of those things. For one thing, this is not how the teaching arrived, not for me. It didn't come from understanding the psychological issues. It didn't come from inquiry. It came from keen witnessing and grace. The qualities started landing. You know, I say with my experience, whether body experience or emotional, and sometimes I don't inquire. I just breathe. My system is different from Almas's system. You know, it needed different kind of unfoldment, different kind of process to unfold, and being able to connect to source. You know, to being, to source, to the absolute being. I could always go to there, and whenever I go there, I receive a package. There is always some kind of give us today our daily bread. I always get a piece of bread to bring back. I feel it, I integrate it, I share it with Almas, you know, I feel this and this, and he was very keen to feel it, to sense it, and his mind was very keen to connect it because he was studying object relation theory, developmental psychology, all of that thing, and weave it. So we did some of that, and I attribute so much of it to him. He did a really magnificent job to that. For me, I am more of a benefactor than a teacher. The way of the benefactor is receiving the grace, transmitting it, and then adding to it some of the understanding, you know. So I transmit those states, I add to it some of the psychological, whatever knowledge I have to add to it, cultural, religious, all of those things. But in those videos, I wanted to reveal the essential domain, since he wrote about it. And since it was creating so much, you know, inquiry and what is this thing. And the methodology that is done is that first you inquire, then you get to the quality. I felt, no, I really needed to be, I don't know, truthful to the guidance that came, the diamond guidance that came, and first gave me the quality, and I felt it, sensed it, then it revealed to me the issues about it, and the emotion related to it, and the physical sensation related to it. Then I can weave that. Sometimes I inquire and reach it, but honestly, most of the time, I go to source. Give us today our daily bread. You know? And after I finish digesting the old bread, new bread come. You know, over 40 years of this kind of methodology for me. Then I thought, I want to do that too. I want to transmit the qualities. I want to mention them so people have flavor of them, have a taste of them. They pay attention. Oh, red essence, I felt it before. I felt heat and strong, or golden essence. Yes, I melted many times, you know, even over my pizza, I melted, you know, really, they connect that golden essence is something normal. It's a state of softening. Red essence, something normal. Diamond, sometimes I felt clear. I felt like, you know, sharp, like, you know. Then I do the transmission. I name the quality, and for the student and the seeker to begin to digest it that way, to connect first to the receptive ability, to the grace, you know. And this is the function of benefactor. The benefactor transmits, you know, like for those who know about Don Juan and Carlos Castaneda, you know, Don Juan was the teacher of Carlos Castaneda. He taught him the methodology, the theories, all of those things, and initiated him into those states. But Don Juan has a friend called Don Guerrero. Yeah, Don Guerrero doesn't tell Carlos Castaneda anything. He blasts him. You know, he just take him to one dimension or another. He had personal power. You know,
Okay.
he could just zoom him in one dimension, and he uses immense. He's really a sorcerer. He knows how to go to this center or this center, and he can move his assemblage point, that was lodged in his mind, to an essential domain or to another domain. I have this capacity. I can move the assemblage points. I can hold the field, and that gravitate the points to jump into the pool, into the field. This I developed more than theory and all of this, you know. I'm not a teacher. I was forced to teach. I'm a benefactor. I transmit, I hold the field, people jump, and now I have many students who became teachers, and I listen to them teaching sometimes, and I get thrilled. I wish I knew that. I could say it like you do. I cherish that, but for every listener, this is great seduction into being. You know, it's beautiful. It's our nature. We are like a moth coming to the flame. But each time the moth comes to the flame, it's going to be hurt. It's going to be burnt. You know, so we need wisdom. We need groundedness. We need not to be spiritual. What do they call it? You know, window shopping and excitement. This is serious. This is really serious. You know, but I also wanted to reveal the dimension, since that already got out in books. You know, and people cannot extract the treasure. I want to say this is the treasure. And each piece of the treasure does this for you and does that for you. You know, so I really wanted to familiarize, you know, the spiritual domain and the rest of humanity who are really seeking that. This is our inheritance. It's with us all the time, and we can open our heart, especially at this age and stage that humanity is really more keen to find more answers than in the political, economical systems. You know, they're trying to find ecology, and they're trying to find so many things, you know, and they need the wisdom of being. And they're really discovering it through looking at nature, through looking at nations, holy cities landing, essential states unfolding, knowledge that was hidden is being revealed, you know, intelligences that we didn't look at are being perceived. Essence is revealing itself in so many people, in so many ways, you know, it's landing. And to be conscious of it is like welcoming the beloved coming. Oh, okay, I didn't know what making me so intelligent or so heartful. It's you. You know? It's my golden essence make me so heartful. It's my brilliancy make me so intelligent. It's my citadel make me so solid. Then you know where it comes from. You know? So that's my intention, why I'm doing this, you know. But I fear also for my soul, honestly, that am I inflicting karma by revealing this? Because sometimes some people are crazy. They just want to get a state and high and all of those things. And by me revealing it, they might receive it. And then it brings up so much issues for them, and they fall into one nightmare or another, or one psychosis or another. I pray with every video we take, I pray with every retreat I've done, that may it be protected. May whoever listening to this tape, may the divine protect them, the guidance protect them. They can take as much as they can. And when they cannot, it's okay, it'll come back later to them. But to know that the kingdom of heaven is at hand. It's ours, we are in it. That's my intention, and I hope it reaches heart, but I hope nobody get really harmed in this way. Really, it's power. Knowledge is really power. And usually I'm very, very serious. I'm samurai when it comes to that, you know.
You are.
Yeah, but now I feel like, I don't know, maybe age, maybe the stage of I was really on the verge of departing, and I thought, it's not there, it's not documented.
Yeah.
This knowledge is really not documented, and here it is. He said it 2,000 years ago, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. I don't know where they hid it. Really, he said it, he revealed it.
Well, I so appreciate and honor that, Faisal, both your capacity for transmission, which I have felt from the moment we met 14 years ago,
Yes.
but also your desire to be protective and
Yeah.
just you know.
Really, thank you. I'm so grateful for you enabling this and really soliciting it graciously, making it happen. And and you ask me as if you don't know, and it's really so enriching.
Well, thank you, Faisal. It's been an honor and a pleasure, and I don't even mind bugging you a little.
Hey, do
What's
do.
next?
Yeah. And I also want to say a word of gratitude for my old teacher, Tartan Tuku. Tartan Tuku Rinpoche, who was my teacher, my benefactor, my friend. He took me to heart and soul, and I received the awakening through his transmission, not through any teaching. And I'm still the holder of the Nyingma lineage. But ask me what is Nyingma, I don't know. I know the Dzogchen of it. I know the transmission of the essence of it. When a person reaches that, I know the heart of it and I can transmit it. That I know. And that's what he put in my hand as guardian of that treasure. He said, hold the lineage, you know it now. All the other things, I really don't know. I really I'm not so much into those, system. I learn here, there, but I go to the essences of it. But the essences of it, I try to retrieve it from systems and religions and make it, how does it relate to your personal issue?
Yeah, synthesizing it intrapersonally, interpersonally, culturally, anthropologically,
Yes.
religiously, spiritually, in terms of meditation, inquiry. I mean, you've really, it's a full package.
It's coming slowly. I wish it could do more, but time is really the essence. So I want everyone who's saying it, enjoy it. Feel the grace of it. Connect to the source of it. Then you're in good hand. And be mindful, deal with issues and get a good guidance.
Thank you, Faisal.
Okay, thanks.